the biggest travesty of the whole thing is the group that actually fought alongside, Alan Bates and his merry men.
Yeah.
They've not been properly compensated. Well, they've had virtually nothing, shall I say, which is just awful. Because I was lucky, in inverted commas, if you say, because I was criminally prosecuted. And when your conviction gets quashed, you have a route to criminal compensation because they've got 3 different schemes running. So I've had access to some compensation, whereas my fellow sub-postmasters, who literally have been torn apart by this, they've lost every bit as much as I did. When you think overall I lost £60,000, if you count all the wages they kept and the remortgage that's mentioned in the drama, I lost about 60,000. So when they say, oh, we're going to offer them 75 grand, it's like, have they any idea? I don't know some people's personal circumstances, but I can't imagine that would cut it for almost all of the people.
What's your issue there with this? Is it specifically with the £75,000, or is it with a number of politicians seeming to pat each other on the back?
Well, that's just typical of them. And I think this is why the public have got so angry about it, because we all feel like we're not heard. And why don't they? You see, I know we're all not supposed to know each other's details, but there's one figure that's being bandied about. One of the sub-postmasters in the group, he's put his claim in, they've knocked 85% of it off. Then it goes back in to be argued upwards and upwards, and then in and out, and eventually they're settled probably somewhere around 60-70% of what the original claim is. Some of these people lost houses just because they weren't criminally compensated, and we dared to take the government on. They've not been paid. And why can't they just pay everyone? Nobody's being unreasonable. The claims are all reasonable. Why don't they just pay us?